Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final match of the MCSR Ranked Season 10 playoffs. It's the grand finals. It's the top two seeds. It's the match that everyone wants to watch, Rose. Infume versus EDCR. And how lucky are we? We get to commentate this absolute cinema match that's about to happen.
Yeah, I am so excited. I watched the semifinals and the third place matches, and we've just had some incredible Minecraft these last kind of 4 days we've had of playoffs. So I am so excited to see our number one and our number two seed kind of battle it out to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that these two have been so dominant on the ladder for basically like a year now, and after some playoffs, we have them finally matched up in the grand finals. It's super exciting. Both played some pretty incredible people to be here. Oliver, I didn't tell you to do this beforehand, but can we show the bracket really quickly just for people beforehand, just to wrap this up, show everyone what we had to actually get to this point? Because I think both of their paths to actually get here are really, really impressive and deserve to be showcased one more time before we actually go through and play this final match. Infume to get here, beat HDMI cables in the quarterfinals, took down Silver after Silver took down Hacks, which I'm sure Silver was, I'm sure Infume was thrilled about, and then defeated Aquacord in a phenomenal 5-match set that was honestly one of my favorite matches from this entire playoffs. And EDCR Rose took down Ulsahin, our only new playoffs competitor this season, then 3-0'd Beef Salad in a fantastic display of EDCR's skill, and then after 2 crazy seasons that we commentated, really locked in on the last 2 against Feinberg to win 3-1. And now we're heroes with a phenomenal grand finals.
Yeah, and I think there is something quite wonderful about the fact that we've got the top two seeds, the top two players. For the last couple of seasons, it has been these two at the top of the leaderboard. They've been going back and forth with ELO World Records, and that we get to see them now in a best of 7 is going to be really good.
Absolutely. We could take a look at their stats side by side here. I mean, they have to be just absolutely crazy stuff here. A 904 ranked average versus a 910 ranked average. Both players with over 70% win rates. Infume 2800 elo. I mean, peak elo for ADCR this season 2772. Like, Rose, there's just so many things here that are just insane on both sides.
I know, and to see these two sets of stats side by side, it's intimidating. I mean, the 71%, 74% for win rate, the amount of kind of games they both played as well, and looking at their like average times, just two incredible players. I really don't know how to kind of I don't know how to call it. I don't know who to. I feel like they're both playing really well as well. I mean, we've seen and we said before when we were looking at the bracket, EDCR has had such a dominant run to get to these finals. Only lost 2 seeds in the matches that he's played. So
Yeah.
I think, that's, if you are in Fume now, you're going to be a little bit worried because EDCR is looking as formidable as he does when he is on the ladder. But, that's not to say that Infume, isn't going to be able to keep up with EDCR. Infume is the number 1 seed from last season. You can see he's got a faster average time than EDCR. They are so close together and they are both, I think, playing so well.
Yeah, and I think the most interesting thing about this stat screen to me is Infume saying that he's the 3-time rank 1 person, because the person that was number 2, I feel like I don't even have to look it up, every single time was probably EDCR, right behind Infume. So the fact that, I mean, we've had so many upsets this season in different playoff matches and really everything. And the fact that um, it all still led to EDCR versus Infume is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy indeed. And I'm just excited to get into this match here, honestly. Like, there's been so much to get here. We've waited patiently, and we have a phenomenal grand final set in this best of 7 also, because this is the only match that's an actual best of 7. So we get even more Minecraft, which is super exciting.
Yeah. I think everyone has been kind of waiting to see this matchup. I think they did play each other in your free for all event in like the very
They
first
did in
round, I believe.
the first round.
Yes,
In the first round,
yes.
yes.
I can't remember who won,
Infume.
but Infume. Okay, so we've not really seen them for a little while in like a long kind of series. So I'm very, very excited to see this matchup.
Yeah, it's just that, like you said, they don't really play each other on the leaderboard. Their matches, I mean, really historically, I would imagine is not a lot at all, just because of time zones between these two runners. And honestly, compared to some other people, especially EDCR, doesn't really play that much on the ladder. As much more practice, private rooms, that kind of vibe. I mean, it still has a couple hundred games, but I mean, compared to some other people we've seen, Beef, etc. It's not nearly as much. So to see them actually get into a best of 7 together in the grand finals with another $1,500 on the line is really exciting. And it's going to be a great match. We'll have the seed selection up shortly to take a look at that and see what Infume's seed pick is, because Infume is still the 1 seed. I mean, as we take a look at it here, the best of 7 seed selection, Desert Temple for Infume, makes a lot of sense. It's something that he's always been comfortable with. It's something that really made his kind of mark in the community to start with, was how good he was at Desert Temples. Rose, any thoughts on this seed pick, and any thoughts for a prediction in this matchup?
I think yeah, as you said, the seed pick it's something that we would expect from Infume. We know he's really, really strong on this seed type. In terms of prediction, it's a little bit it's a really hard one to call. I think, and I'm thinking back to what I said in my interview when I got asked who I thought was going to win playoffs, and I did say Infume then. And I did say I think it'd been a little bit overdue for him to win a playoff. So I think I'm going to go Infume, but I think I'm going to say 4-2 to
I say
Infume.
4-2 Infume. I think I'm going to take... I mean, Infume, like non-biased commentator, Infume is definitely someone that I know personally better. I know that he's been obviously working incredibly, incredibly hard for this. I think not even to just be the contrarian. I mean, I mentioned it in the match when we were commentating the Feinberg EDCR game. I just think EDCR is on a heater right now. I really do. I mean, Infume, no fault of his own, looked a little bit shaky in the Aquacord game. I think that's a lot more just that Aquacord really went on a generational run this playoffs, ended up getting 3rd place. I think EDCR, I'm going to do the reverse of you. I think EDCR is going to take this 4-2.
Okay, no, interesting, and I think I fully like I agree with all of your points there as well, because EDCR has just been playing just so incredibly, and has barely showed any kind of, I guess, moment of weakness. Almost, I feel like he has been this kind of insurpassable, kind of formidable opponent. Whereas I feel like from Infume, we've seen little bits, little moments of kind of where he's not been as strong. But I think I'm still going for, I'm still sticking with my prediction. But I think
it's
either way,
valid.
it's going
I
to be
mean,
so close.
he's the 1 seed for a reason. I mean, a 904
Yeah.
average, just absolutely dominant, and anything can happen. I mean, the thing that I'm most excited about, we lost the Feinberg Loki game. I was actually so excited to watch that again. But what I'm excited about in this grand finals is we just get a new winner. We get a new winner. Like, that's what's
Yes.
exciting. We already kind of knew that after Infume took out Silver, but the fact that we're actually here and the fact that it gets to be one of these two incredibly both deserving players, and also just a little peek behind the curtain. First thing that happened when the finals chat was made for this game is Infume and EDCR just really congratulating each other, like incredible sportsmanship between the two of them, saying no matter what happens, this is going to be a beautiful match. So I know these two players have a lot of respect for each other. I'm really excited to see that get played out here. And I mean, we're gonna be in this game very shortly here and start this crazy best of 7 matchup of Infume and EDCR. I'm just so happy. And I'm also, I mean, Nerdy was talking about it right beforehand that he's never really watched a grand finals. He's always been commentating it. Well, Rose, we're on the opposite side. I've never commentated a grand finals. You've never commentated a grand finals. Now it's our turn, and I'm very excited to commentate this with these two players.
Yeah, I am so excited. I think, yeah, all of the games that we've had the chance to commentate for have been pure cinema. So I'm excited to kind of hopefully get the exact same again here as we hop into our very first seed of this best of 7 final.
Here we go. What a spawn to start us off with on this
Wow.
Desert Temple seed. We are in space. Now, here's the play that I would actually make. EDCR is going to find this water. I actually really like that.
Wow.
If you realize this, I wonder if you could jump off, die, and then use the death, like respawn invulnerability to get down. I wonder if that could have been a cool play. But both players making their way down here. EDCR with a lot more health, which could matter depending on the food situation in this temple. But Infume is going to have the lead here. Diamond pickaxe as well, which is really nice. And 4 golden apples, Rose. So that is not going to be nearly a concern, I don't think.
Yeah, I was looking at the rotten flesh and seeing they only had 13, and then they picked up the golden apples, so it's not really too much to worry about. But yeah, I liked what you said. My first thought would be to just jump off, die, and then use the spawn immunity as well. But yeah, going for slightly different routes down. But EDCR interestingly going kind of across the water, because he's found the trees and the lava pool and the water all nicely together in one spot. Whereas for Infume, he's now having to kind of take a little bit more time, messes up his kind of block parkour there, which is just going to lose him a lot of little micro time here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what EDCR went for is really nice. He's going to get set up here for the Woodlight a little bit earlier than Infume. But Infume notably is going to get the gravel here. And if it's not a fast Woodlight from EDCR, this could be a huge punish for him. Infume's going to get the portal ready now. Using the TNT, messes up the water placement, but not a big deal. And EDCR still doesn't have a light yet, is going to be able to overlap with getting some more wood. But while that's happening, Infume has the portal built and is going to be entering the nether.
Yeah, and interestingly, Infume chose to backtrack to get the gravel. So while he was taking time and being a little bit slower, getting to the lava pool, he actually spotted the gravel and made the decision to go back to find it. And now EDCR is still waiting to get that woodlight, but Infume doesn't immediately see the bastion. So it's kind of assessing the terrain. And is having to dig through the wall here as EDCR finally enters the nether, but it's not going to be a kind of easy journey towards the bastion.
No, not at all. And is immediately taking different terrain, trying to go up this side here, and then you're going to see if this terrain loops around left while Infume committed to digging. I mean, I love the head hitters from EDCR as well, but having to go a long way off course, basically, I mean, almost facing nearly 180 degrees backwards from the bastion. Going to try and find a way that this opens up, but Infume committing to the dig so much earlier. If this terrain doesn't open up from EDCR, which it does, I was going to say Infume would have a huge lead, but I think this is actually going to maybe even be even. I think this is going to be so nice for EDCR that with Infume still digging, this terrain, especially on the high ground here, is going to be really nice. And he also has a great sightline for a fortress potentially as well.
Yeah, I actually really like EDCR making the decision there to go around, because if the bastion's on the screen for both of the runners now, but I think it's helped EDCR make up a lot of time. Whereas, Infume had to spend a lot of time digging through the walls. EDCR is going a lot higher up. He might check this room portal as well on he's
Yeah,
going to on
Infume
the way,
doesn't
or at
see
least grab the
this.
gold block.
And that's
And
going to be
gold
huge.
carrots.
12 golden carrots. Unbelievable variance
Wow.
play. I mean, Infume has to manage his food unknowingly so incredibly well here. Otherwise, it's basically game over on the spot with how aggressively 12 golden carrots is going to allow EDCR to play here. And the thing that's really nice is both runners are getting set up for this double triple. I think EDCR saw the fortress as well. We'll have to keep an eye out on it. It is a little bit hard to tell with the bit rate and stuff with the runners, but I'm almost positive EDCR saw the fortress on the way over here, and Infume has no idea.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure that EDCR saw it, like in the corner of his screen because he was so high up. But yeah, being able to grab 12 golden carrots, he can take, almost as much damage as he wants to. He's completely set for the whole seed. He probably will still have golden carrots left over at the end of the match. So,
Easily. I
yeah,
mean, the thing that this really matters for is the aggression of the pearls. If these runners get so many pearls here, ECR is going to not have to think twice and basically can throw a pearl for literally any movement that he wants, which is going to be huge for this entire run. And yes, they have 4 golden apples, but I mean, you'd be surprised with how much you pearl, how quickly that can go away if you're not careful or takes too much unnecessary damage. And that just concern, that mental strain, anything that EDCR has to think about with that is fully nullified and can just focus on other parts of the run.
Yeah, both runners getting a good pearl hangout, both in the same direction. So Infume either did see the fort or EDCR is out, but Infume either did see the fort or had pyrade for it while he was doing the route. But EDCR is going to be, even though he entered later because of his woodlight, because of his terrain
Look
decisions.
at this. Look at exactly what I'm talking
yeah.
about. EDCR literally just pearling through the whole fortress because he just can. Because he literally just has unmatched food, just doesn't matter. Can just throw these as much as he wants. Doesn't have too many pearls to do so. And runs into about 47 magma cubes in this hallway. So has to be a little bit more careful. But is going to be able to get up here and just try and find a way into the good part of this fortress. But Infume, while we're talking, is at the good part of the fort, but only withers as his strays this time right now.
Yeah, and EDCR does find a couple of strays, and he sees the spawner as well. Infume, I think, still doesn't see the spawner, but yeah, looking for strays, but just had a lot of withers. EDCR
But Rose,
able
look
to
at this.
use...
Look at the bottom. Infume, 13 pearls. That's it. That's nothing. So missed at least one pearl trade, maybe two from the fortress or from the bastion. Way less explosives as well. I mean, 6 is fine because you can also just use the TNT to blow up the spawner, so it's just completely whatever. But not sure where Infume lost the pearls to. And this is looking like, I mean, Infume's done a good job to keep up pace so far, but these resources, the golden carrots, the golden apples, the pearls, all that's going to start to add up, especially in this endgame here, as EDCR is starting to pull ahead with the measurement.
Yeah, and, you know, amazingly, EDCR was just sort of chugging the golden apples like no tomorrow, but still has 10 golden carrots. And we know now EDCR's got more pearls, is just going to have so much more freedom as he's traveling to terrain now. Infume's going to have to be a lot more careful. He's only got 2 golden apples left, it looks like. So, and yeah, more explosives for EDCR as well. So whether that was mistrades or extra blocks. I mean, EDCR got 1 extra gold block, but I don't think that was enough
That's
to
actually
make
true.
a difference.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, potentially he got
point.
an extra pearl trade or extra explosives, but yeah, from just the variance play to go for that ruin portal has just given EDCR such a lead here.
And that variance is just because of taking that high ground. Infume, I don't even think saw the ruin portal because of just going lower, committing to the dig. Amazing terrain decision from EDCR that pays off in more ways than he originally thought. And I mean, is going to be out here again. Can pearl so aggressively. This is his 4th golden apple he's eating and still has 9 golden carrots. Infume still has 2 golden apples, which is great and all. But again, like this aggression that EDCR can play with, I mean, this is when he's at his best.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Infume is now out as well, but you know, it's pretty far to get to these coordinates here. So EDCR has just been able to do it so much faster.
It is a second ring stronghold for Infume. His chords are negative 6550. EDCR negative 160, 100. When was the last time we saw a second ring stronghold in play? It's got to be multiple seasons. That is crazy. And he's going to build first.
That's incredible. How? It's obviously
so
different strongholds, I mean, but
Ravine for EDCR. Now. We're not even in starter for EDCR. And Infume hears it. Infume hears it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be able to dig on it.
Oh, a little shaky there, but yeah, still has the golden apples, so you know, doesn't need to hunger reset. Wow, very far.
But he can't zero. I forgot he can't zero, Rose. Unless he's going to try and go for the buildup. This is possible because of how low dragons stay in rank. They stay 1 rotation lower than RSG. Infume can get to at least 86, probably 90 here, but is going to have to go for some crazy offset on 90 on this 88 tower and has to bail. Decides not worth it. This is the game for EDCR. With pearls, this is a free 0. So that's the difference. But EDCR really struggling on this spike. Didn't spawn in starter, in a ravine. It could be down here. There is light, but I don't think this is it. I think it's just from the lava. And it's hard to tell EDCR's spike. I mean, he likes whatever's down here, but it's not anything that we're used to. And the longer it takes him in the stronghold, Rose, this could be the perch for Infume. I mean, it could be any second.
Yeah, that's it's just a case of waiting and see for Infume. But
Did
EDCR's
Infume
digging
did
up,
EDCR hear it?
so
Did hear
maybe
it.
yes, he did.
But if Infume gets a perch within the next 30 seconds, Infume will still win. Like, if this dragon goes in right now, it could still be Infume's game. The dragon's going in, and it is going to snap. But Infume's so far away, and there's breath in the way. It's going to be
And the
so
dragon's
close.
so
Should be able to hit an
low.
anchor, and is going to be okay, and has the
Yes.
explosives. So Infume with a crazy
Wow.
3+1, ridiculous damage. After all that, misses the ruin portal, less pearls, still somehow gets the win with no zero and a second ring stronghold for the first seed in grand finals. Wow.
Wow, incredible. I mean, for the majority of that seed, it just looked like EDCR just had it in the bag, but Infume actually made it to his stronghold first, had a much nicer stronghold by going to the second ring. And, he didn't have pearls, he didn't have food, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter for him. And you can see, enter the end 1 minute faster, just made all of that time up because of the stronghold.
I really think that stronghold nav was a huge difference for sure. But I think an underrated element of that game to me was when we were watching EDCR, like he was doing these cool pearls in the bad part of the fortress, but we look over, Infume just somehow got to the good part and missed something that EDCR like didn't see. And I think that can sometimes happen when I believe what happened, and we won't have any full on mid-match analysis, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think what happened is EDCR saw the fortress, so had just seen that part, pearls to it after the bastion, whatever. But Infume didn't see it, pie charts for it, and because he's pie charting for the spawner, the direction of the pie chart maybe takes a different direction than what was natural to EDCR. That being able to get there earlier to the good part really ends up paying off for Infume and ends up taking him to an entirely different stronghold where the terrain to get there was probably a bit better based on what happened for the rest of the seed, and also an easier nav. So absolutely crazy that all of that micro, RNG decision-making thought process can happen in just one seed. But that's why in this grand finals, it's not just a best of 5, it's a best of 7. Unbelievable.
Yeah, just an incredible first seed, and just real demonstration, I think, as well, for how, again, we've said this before, when you can have very, very different approaches to a seed. If we think all the way back to the beginning, Infume got gravel, whereas EDCR was waiting for a woodlight. And then we obviously had the differences in the terrain decisions, and then it was so close in terms of making the time back up. They were building their portal pretty much at the same time. But yeah, it's gonna be EDCR's seed pick now as well. So it's gonna be interesting. Is EDCR gonna go Ruin Portal? Is he gonna go for an Ocean Seed? I'm curious to see what his thought process is gonna be now.
Well, let's take a look. We got word. We got the call. It's Ruin Portal. I like it. It makes sense. Both these players are obviously pretty fast. They're pretty good. So I want to see the fast seed. We saved the 1 seed check seed, the looting 3 seed for right now. EDCR knows that, so that's why he picked Ruin Portal. It's finally time.
Yeah, absolutely. No pre-check seeds, except surely this one is going to have looting 3. We're going to have even more than 12 golden carrots in this chest as well. Surely it's going to be a absolutely rapid seed. But no, I'm really excited that we get to see this early, that we get to see these two incredibly fast and talented players on one of the fastest seed types that we have.
And look at this. Talk about speed. We're in the game, the next game. We're ready to go. What's the Ruin Portal going to look like? Both runners immediately beelining. Chicken's on the way for Infume. Going to be curious to see what the food is going to look like for these runners. No iron pickaxe, but a rare gold block in the chest, which is kind of fun. Going to allow these runners to make gold tools. They already have a gold pick, but the gold axe and shovel will be nice for sure. And then just, I think, only 4 or so nuggets needed. Yeah, 4 nuggets for a pickaxe. Not too bad at all. So not going to rely fully on the guaranteed 3 iron chest in the bastion. And both runners going to go for the chickens here.
Yeah, and also interestingly, both lighting the chickens on fire. You don't need to do any extra damage, because once you light the chicken on fire, it just dies. So you're saving time there. You just have to go back and kind of pick up the chicken afterwards.
Absolutely.
Both
Another
entering
weird terrain
basically the same
here.
time. Yeah.
again, Infume seems to
EDC
be, like, making a decision a little bit quicker than EDCR here,
yeah, EDCR
committing
just
to
kind
this
of
direction early.
hesitating. Yeah, hesitating, going back and forth a little bit, and Infume does see the Bastion is gonna be treasure, but does see it first now, whereas EDCR was kind of hesitating, going back and forth, still not kind of 100%, I think, confident, still constantly kind of checking their F3 to look for the spike, but is gonna see the Bastion now. But Infume is gonna be there first, grabbing plenty of blocks with that golden pickaxe as well.
Yeah, and it's a Treasure Bastion. I feel like we haven't seen a Treasure Bastion in a hot second. This is bridging by EDCR, by the way, was just absolutely crazy. And immediately Glowdaring. Immediately. Like, way quicker on it than Infume. Haven't seen Infume do it at all yet. Something to keep in mind, of course, at this high level with the Treasure Bastion coming out. But Infume getting the gold, or the Iron Pickaxe, excuse me. EDCR getting it now. Going to have to go all the way back down to start the route. Infume still ahead here. The gold pickaxe as well is super nice for treasure. But this Glowdar for EDCR that he started could be really nice. Because Infume, as I believe, doesn't even do Glowdar.
Yeah, and neither runner obviously saw the fortress, so potentially Infume's going to either have to go and break the spawner, or is going to have to spend a little bit more time looking around as he's doing so now to try and find where the fortress is, or making the decision to kind of send the quadrants in kind of his best guess of direction. One thing I'm unsure if Infume actually picked up the cooked chicken of the ones that he killed. I'm waiting for him to go back. Oh, he did. Okay, so he has 3 and EDCR has 2. So not like a big difference, but just keeping an eye, obviously a low food seed with it being a ruin portal, so it's just worth keeping an eye on the food situation here. It's going to have a big impact in terms of how aggressive they can be as they leave the Bastion here, as EDCR takes a little bit of damage from a crossbow piglin as well.
Yeah, I mean, no reason to go bottom besides breaking a spawner. The obby chests in this Bastion are absolutely crazy. Keep an eye on the gold barters here as well. Infume ahead by a lot so far still. ECR organizing inventory. Infume maybe getting ready to leave here. A really nice organized inventory. Has the pre-crafts ready to go. Heading out this direction. I'm not sure if he saw the fort or if we're just sending direction. No, definitely didn't see it. We're just wide macro in here looking for anything. Trying to send the quadrants here. While EDCR has probably a much better idea because of doing Glowdar, lowering and increasing the render to reload the spawner at the fortress, give it more particles, something. Aquacord explained it so good yesterday, and I already forget entirely how he did it. But Infume really struggling to find it, and is maybe rolling all the way back to the treasure going a completely different direction.
Yeah, I think having to send the complete opposite direction that he chose, but EDCR still not 100% sure on direction, is still having to take the time to do an extra scan here, is kind of raising and lowering the render distance quite a bit. It seems like potentially the fortress is buried, or it's not super obvious where it is.
And Rose, the thing to watch out for here too, neither runner has a lot of pearls to work with. So actually getting to this fortress at this point is going to be much more time consuming than it would be otherwise because of how little pearls they have. And also on EDCR's screen, because of the low rate of the render, I mean, has passed maybe 15 hoglins on his screen. Like, just absolute chaos on the side of EDCR. Infume really committing to this direction now. Still not seeing anything. Now,
He sees
finally
it, I
on the
think.
wide macro gets it, but is down to 14 pearls. And
Yeah,
now
and he's
13.
gonna have to throw another one, otherwise he's not gonna have enough blocks to be able to get there. EDCR, interestingly, I think stopping to kill some of the many hoglins on his screen, because he's on very low health. You know, Infume's on 2.5 hearts. He can't throw another pearl. He doesn't have any food left. So EDCR, I guess, taking advantage of the fact that he knows that Infume is not in the fortress, even though he's about to, but taking advantage now to grab that food. He gets 8 pork chops
And
as
gets
well from
2
those 2
pork
hoglins.
chops. Oh my gosh. Still
So
trying to Glowdar here, maybe. But has the pearl. I think the way that EDCR is going now is the right direction. I think it's more to the left for EDCR. But Infume falls again on the
oh,
speed bridge, down to 1 heart in the lava. Can't really do anything and is on slightly lower render. So, I mean, it's a Soul Sand Valley Fortress. Weird things can happen. Gonna smartly try and go for a hunger reset here. But it's so awkward because of the lava everywhere, so finally decides to just build up, deal with it. EDCR committing these pearls here, still not seeing the spawner. Now he's down to 14 pearls. And this is just an absolute travesty for EDCR here. Just so unfortunate. Can't find it, even though through like even with the glow use, just can't find it. Infume finally now getting to the fortress.
Yeah, and I think it's now there on EDCR's screen. Yeah. For a second
fortresses though, right?
Yeah, it is. I think Infumes is in a Soul Sand Valley, and EDCR is still in the Crimson, unless like this is the bad part. So unless the good part is gonna turn out into the same part as Infumes, but I think they might be. Wait, I just saw a flash of the coordinates, and wait for Infume to press F3 again. Hopefully, Infume does now see the spawner and plenty of strays as well.
At the spawner, the
EDCR
strays are
still
huge. I mean, it could be the same spawner. Here's a crimson tree in the way for EDCR. So definitely could be. I mean, that's not what he wants to see there. Infume gonna get the blaze bed off now. Yeah, I mean, this is just tough day for EDCR. I mean, maybe it's still not though.
I don't think no, it's definitely different. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fully in a Crimson now, and yeah, Infume in a Soul Sand Valley. So potentially different strongholds again as well. But both again still only 13 pearls for Infume, 14 for EDCR. Depending on how many eyes there are in the portal as well, is going to affect if they're going to be able to hit a 0. If it's a back 0, or if it's caged, like buried, they're not going to be able to reach the 0 in the first place anyway.
And notably, both runners are down to 4 explosives now, both committing to a double blaze bed, assuming that they're really not going to be able to go for the 0 here. I mean, like, oh, wait, never mind. I don't know what, like, EDCR actually can make so many explosives. I guess the wood count is what was stopping him on the overlay. Yeah, now can make 10. So never mind anything that I was saying. I didn't realize that wood was the bottleneck for EDCR. But Infume measuring first, has 4 rods already. But EDCR is not as far behind as you would think on 4 rods himself now, Rose. And the blind for Infume is 2,000 blocks with 13 pearls. That's not going to be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, it's going to take him a very, very long time to get there. He's got to travel through Soul Sand Valley, just a stray blaze there on the way.
for EDCR.
Okay, well, so, may have taken him a lot longer to get to the fortress, but now, Infume may be leaving, but EDCR has a lot less of a distance to cover, which means with, the very low pearl situation that we have, it's going to help make that a lot faster. I mean, Infume's having to do a lot of very kind of tactical dropping down here to be able to get to the right kind of Y level to build his portal, because he just has absolutely no pearls to be able to throw.
Yeah, I want to point something out here too. I mean, EDCR has 8 explosives for 0. Obviously, only 14 pearls total. So if it's a 0-eye, not every 0 is possible at all. He has enough iron to go for ground 0. It's a very rare thing that we see in ranked playoffs because so many of these players can just hit 0. But an 8 explosive ground 0 would be possible. It's not the easiest thing in the world. And these runners are not going to be the most experienced with doing ground 0 because they're so used to zeroing. But I think it could be something we see here maybe. Infume is going to be building the portal soon, but EDCR is going to be in the stronghold first here. It's going to be different strongholds again. Does the nav be a little bit kinder to EDCR here? I mean, that looks like a pretty good spike for Infume. I'm not sure about EDCR, but it's Mineshaft for Infume, and there's the portal room for EDCR.
Yeah. Also, Infume did throw one of his pearls to be able to get to his coordinates because he wasn't going to be able to bridge out there fast enough, so he only has 12.
And he's grabbing Mineshaft wood.
Wow. But EDCR is able to go for the 0 here.
Very clean front 94, so 99 is going to be easy. This dragon should not fly. And after all of that, what a first 2 seeds. EDCR, barring disaster here, should have a pretty clean 0 and is going to get it done to tie this series up at 1-1 in our grand finals. What a crazy back and forth seed. I mean, EDCR with the 300 block blind, that's going to help for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And, with low pearls, low food, I mean, EDCR was able to get two absolutely incredible Hoglin drops as well to get more food there. But yeah, you can see he's very, very happy there as well. But
I love that both these
the
players
seed.
like do a little like we've seen some like mouse shake, we've had some F5. I love that they're getting into it here in the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you can see, they entered very, very quickly, but Infume was a little bit faster into the Bastion because Infume hesitated a little bit less. EDCR hesitated, wasn't quite certain in terms of the terrain to take and where the kind of the Bastion was. And then despite doing Glodar versus Infume kind of sending the quadrants and going in the wrong direction, two completely different fortresses, very low pearls, very low food, Infume having to hunger reset in the nether as well. And then yeah, the difference in the blind travel, 2,000 blocks for Infume with no pearls, 300 blocks for EDCR, just completely different seeds there basically as soon as they left the Bastion.
I mean, what I'm laughing at here is when was the last time both runners had a 5-minute Bastion split in playoffs? Obviously, they weren't in the Bastion for that long, but on this screen, it looks pretty awesome. I mean, it's good that it's playoffs or else they had to go against their stats, because I'm sure they wouldn't love. But I mean, crazy, crazy stuff from the two of them there. And I mean, we're tied up 1-1. This has been a pretty crazy best of 7 so far. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Infume picks for this next seed, because I mean, wow, what a playoffs it's been so far.
Yeah, I mean, two incredible games. So back and forth as well. As we predicted and as we hoped for, it's going to be, every game maybe is going to be like this. I don't know if I can handle if we go full 7 games with this kind of intensity. I feel like my heart might give out a little bit because it was quite stressful. But no, I'm really excited to see what Infume picks here as well, because we've had Desert Temple, we've had Ruin Portal. Infume can't pick Desert Temple because he's already won, and he can't pick Ruin Portal, so his options are basically Village or Ocean Seeds. I'm feeling like a Village seed potentially from Infume here, but we will kind of wait and see, hopefully very soon, what seed we're going to be heading to next.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we don't even have to worry about stalling because the mods are just adding emotes. Oh, we don't even have to stall anyway because Infume picked Village. This is great. This is wonderful.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's right. Okay.
Look at us. We're so good at this.
We're doing
it's like we've casted for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hyped from you predicting a desert village next to a desert temple.
That was awesome.
That was so good.
The insider information allegations are not going to be loving that one, but you know what? Sometimes you just get lucky, and it was good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think this is a smart pick from Infume. He won on Desert Temple. We know, I mean, both these players are very strong mechanically. They're very strong in terms of their game knowledge and their awareness. But I think if you're Infume, you are going to want to potentially think about that sort of, I guess, potential for more variance in your overworld. I mean, we saw on the very first seed, Infume was able to go kind of backtrack to get gravel, whereas EDCR was having to wait to woodlight, and then that kind of meant he had a much slower enter. So Infume might be kind of thinking about that in terms of this extra sort of flexibility that's needed with a village overworld. You're thinking kind of, where am I going to find my lava pool? Where am I finding my flint? Where am I going in terms of getting my wood, my beds, my food? How am I going to have to kill the golem or not? So I think, a smart choice from Infume here, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, makes some sense. It's a really fun seed type, especially at the high level, to just see how they route everything. It's honestly maybe my favorite overworld to watch, just because I always love the routing process of it, and we're going to get to see it right now. Hopping into the 3rd seed. Who's going to pull ahead here in the best of 7? Could be huge for either runner. It's another desert village. Lava pool right on the way, but the wood is a little bit far from the village, although it is close to the lava pool. Curious to see how they're going to handle it. Probably just grab 2 logs each. Yep, that is going to be the play. Grab some sticks on the way to the golem or the blacksmith, and then it should be off to the races from there.
Yeah, I think potentially you could see obviously both runners looking around in F5, but there is obviously a river sort of on both sides, but you're probably more likely to go back to the lava pool that you saw kind of when you spawned in because there was a river nearby and that's where the trees are, but a little bit frustrating potentially with a bit of kind of backtracking needed. But both runners have found the blacksmith. They are going to have to kill the golem. Both have made a stone sword as well, just to kind of kill the golem a little bit faster. Pretty much at the same point.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I really like the stone sword play also because it allows them to like just have that pre-crafted for the blaze fight as well, which is really nice. Infume spotting the gravel a little bit quicker than EDCR, but both pretty much playing this nearly identically. I mean, it's a pretty linear overworld, so there's not really much variance here. It's a very small village. Everything is right in a line. I mean, even going back to the wood here is going to be pretty straightforward, and crafting all the same stuff makes sense. So see who enters first. It's probably going to be Infume by a couple seconds, but maybe one runner decides to get a little bit more blocks than the other or something like that.
Yeah, very, very interestingly, just pretty much neck and neck. They both get the exact same amount of wood as well, but Infume going to be slightly ahead on the enter here, but pretty much neck and neck.
Maybe a 5-second lead or so for Infume here, if that. This Nether looks not amazing again for these runners. Maybe it opens just slightly here. Wow, look at this little opening that Infume finds through this. EDCR going higher immediately, but not finding the same little outlet that Infume did. And that's going to be really punishing here as Infume now on the way to the Bastion and EDCR struggling to figure out where to go. I don't know if this is the exact right way because he's got a loop, right? He's got to go left, I think.
Yeah, I think he has to go back on himself, basically. I think he does now see the Bastion and the fortress is right there, but definitely cost him a lot more time with his terrain decisions there, as opposed to Infume, who's just well underway with his treasure route.
Yeah, Infume looks like in a really strong position here, but anything can happen. This lava on the treasure is going to be a little bit awkward. I'm also paying attention to EDCR's block count. Not incredible to have that little blocks for treasure. I really like that flint and steel play, though, with that piglin. Really smart heads-up play from EDCR, but gets hit off.
Oh my goodness.
Live, okay. Just barely there. And while all that's happening, Infume, not a care in the world, just doing a normal treasure bastion route, solidly in the lead.
Yeah, I think EDCR might just... Okay, no, it's going back to re-aggro the pigs on the bridge. I was wondering if he was just going to go straight up and kind of leave them, but costing him more time now. So whereas before they were kind of maybe about 5 seconds apart from each other, I think Infume has significantly more of a lead here, just because of EDCR's experience with the terrain and kind of falling off there. But luckily, he didn't die, at least. Was able to save it. We got so excited by him doing the damage cancel with the flint and steel. He then did get knocked off afterwards.
It was still a really cool play. Unfortunately, cool plays do not save you time all the time. Infume pre-crafting another bed to get the double blaze bed off. Has a bunch of stuff ready to go. Iron axe ready as well. Should be pretty much good to leave here any second. 30 obsidian, 18 pearls. I mean, what else could he want? Is going to be heading out the back here. We saw the fortress on EDCR side. Infume, of course, saw it as well. Is at the fortress. Pretty fast time as well, and it's going to be tough for EDCR to get back in this third game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Infume is straight onto the spawner. They've got good amount of obsidian, 36 obsidian for Infume, plenty of pearls, 10 explosives. It's going to be difficult, but not impossible for EDCR to make up the time here. Infume, interestingly, playing both spawners as well, maximizing the amount of blaze spawn cycles he gets, and waiting until he gets to that second spawner to allow it to activate before he then clears it with a double blaze bed.
Yeah, I mean, EDCR definitely less materials overall, but I think is still going to be fine here. Tried to leave a little bit earlier on the trades. It's going to be maybe an awkward 0. It's going to be like 3-bed, 3-anchor, which can sometimes be awkward on certain setups. But other than that, should be potentially okay here. Also didn't have time to craft the iron axe that Infume did. So having to use the gold axe here still for the first couple blazes is going to be a little bit weird. Is going to be fine. Going to try and get a blaze bed off maybe. I mean, I love these head hitters we're seeing as well, Rose. To go move about this fortress, try and make up back as much time as possible, really trying to push the pace here. But Infume not making any mistakes, staying in the lead. And wow, I mean, I guess also, Rose, I mean, I'm looking at the Blazes killed versus the rod count. Infume must have missed a rod somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. He must have, unless it's counting because he's crafted them. That's the only thing that I'm not
I mean,
sure on.
it only counts 2. No, it's only counting the
Okay, no.
2. So he lost a rod
Okay.
somewhere, which could matter a little bit in the end game. Has more Blazes killed, so that is going to be concerning. I mean, that's EDCR's line back in if that ends up really mattering to get that 7th rod, if it takes so much more time. Infume just kind of waiting here, has everything else done. EDCR doing all the pre-crafts for himself now. I mean, wow, this actually is more even than maybe we thought.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I'm curious to know what happened with Infume missing the rod there. Now he's having to wait a little bit longer. It's throwing a pearl hang, but it's almost, I think EDCR needs 3 more, Infume needs 2 more, but well, now no, they both need the same amount.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
actually,
that's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy that like lost rod for Infume somewhere could matter. I mean, he's 3 Blazes ahead, going to be even more so now. So Infume is maybe give or take 45 seconds ahead realistically on the spawner count, but that might not matter at all if Infume just cannot get this last rod for a little bit and is trying to maybe play a stray or something, lower the render with the pearl hang, heard the spawner pop again. If these Blazes don't drop, that's where the trouble really sets in for Infume, and they do. Oh my god, I thought that last one didn't drop for a second,
yeah.
but he is going to be able to leave. So EDCR needs one more cycle still. Infume is out, and it's a very, very close stronghold, only about 600 blocks away in the overworld, so obviously much less than that in the nether. And EDCR still just waiting on this last rod. Does see some Blazes up here, maybe can get it. Does get the rod, is going to be able to leave, but while all that's happening, Infume has built the portal. We'll see what the stronghold nav looks like.
Yeah, and Infume able to get to those chords so quickly because he had about 4 or 5 golden pickaxes just kind of ready to go. So he was just able to shred through the netherrack. I mean, ECR's also got plenty of gold pickaxes, but Infume's not super happy with the spike here though on his nav.
I have not seen a single spike from Infume that I would like if I was him. So that could be something that also happens on the side of EDCR. There are, of course, going to the same stronghold, but any lead that Infume had is now fully gone. He is clearing a lot of this stronghold, though. That could be the big deciding factor here. There's not really that many directions to go. Double library now for Infume. I mean, maybe it's down the staircase for EDCR. Infume was just here a little bit ago. EDCR pushing farther down this direction. Now Infume's going the same way that EDCR is right now. And EDCR might be getting a spike that he actually likes. Still pushing this direction. Is it down this staircase here? No. Heading back. Still nothing from either side. But now there it is for Infume.
Infume's what's
Way
it?
down this way.
Wow. So for a second, it looked like EDCR was going to be able to make the time back up there because of that. But a little bit of a tricky kind of escape for Infume there, but it is going to be front small boy, so not too difficult, hopefully.
No, I mean, you're going to be able to pretty easily get to 95 here, especially with the alternating soul sand. Is going to make it. Has enough explosives for this to be pretty comfortable, barring any disasters. Really nice height on this double bed here, and it's just going to be one more anchor for Infume to take this 2-1 lead in this best of 7. And wow, that was a pretty interesting see just because of the back and forth with the rod count for Infume, and doesn't end up mattering that the stronghold is bad for Infume because it just ends up being worse for EDCR.
Yeah, and EDCR still looking for the portal room as well at this point, which got to be very, very frustrating. You can see him immediately trying to search for it in Spectator as soon as
that is in that bottom section.
Wow.
Really unfortunate, but I mean, both had the same stronghold. Infume just committed a little bit farther down, and that ends up being the difference there. I mean, pretty crazy game. I thought EDCR had actually made up more time entering the fort. Only ended up being 12 seconds going to the stronghold there. But Infume, I mean, Bros, we're 3 seeds into this grand finals, and we've yet to see a sub 10. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, it's just allowing us to see more excellent plays from these two, but also I think it's a really good reflection. You know, there's been a lot of discussion about seeds that we've had in these playoffs. You know, we're playing with the kind of exact same essentially experiences that these players would have had on the ladder. So that means we're not pre-checking seeds, we're just purely relying on the filter, and that means we do get these seeds that potentially add a little bit more kind of not so much difficulty, but I think add a little bit more kind of excitement because they're not as linear as you would expect. You don't have that level of kind of metagaming of, okay, I know that this is going to be fairly easy in terms of terrain. It's allowing for a little bit more flexibility. It's allowing us to kind of see more kind of choices and differences in terms of variance over your terrain and the decisions that you make. And we've seen that already just in these past 3 seeds. And it's been really good, I think, for us to be actually able to see both of these runners kind of being tested in that way.
I completely agree. I think it's really cool to see this type of stuff. I think it honestly also really, I think, aligns to both of these players' play styles. Maybe Infume a little bit more. Infume is known as a very like I don't know the right word, just a very think on the fly type of player. EDCR, so methodical, so smart. I mean, both these players are just geniuses. That's why they're in the grand finals. But I think specifically, maybe it gives a slight edge to Infume, but EDCR has looked really good on these seeds too. I mean, really, it could be either way throughout this so far, but it is 2-1 Infume right now. We'll see what EDCR decides to go to on this seed pick, which I'm a little bit curious about. I would imagine we're going to go Ocean. I don't know exactly what we're going to go Ocean on, but I'd imagine if I had to pick, I'd probably say like Shipwreck. I think that's probably what we're going to see here. I think it makes sense for EDCR to do something like that. We'll see in a second here, but I mean, pretty good final so far. Definitely can't complain.
Yeah, no, definitely been excellent seeds so far. As you say, I'm really curious to see what ECL picks here. You said Shipwreck. I feel like he might go for BT, so I'm curious to see which one of us is going to be right.
Oh,
Okay,
and
we're both wrong.
well then. So
That's
we're
fine.
4 seasons into this grand finals road, and we haven't gone Ocean yet. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I like it though. I think it's, you know, we're seeing a little bit more, I guess, flexibility in our overworlds here, and it's very interesting because obviously EDCR didn't win on the first seed for the Desert Temple. That was our one where we had the kind of very different terrain choice, which allowed EDCR to get extra golden carrots, extra gold blocks, but then it kind of didn't really end up making much of a difference in the end. So maybe he's just hoping for that extra kind of, I guess, option for that extra variance as we go back to Desert Temple. Potentially also could be for TNT in the Bastion, depending on which Bastion we get as well.
I think that's where I would kind of lean for it. I don't remember what the Bastion was on the first Desert Temple seed already. I think it was like Bridge or something. I don't know, but like I just love seeing the TNT and the Bastions. I feel like we saw it so much on day one, and then it kind of fell off like a little bit. We've seen like here and there. I remember Mungie did TNT yesterday, I think, but I really want to see that from these two runners. EDCR is going to know exactly what to do with it in the best possible way, and watching Infume play Temple Overworlds is always a joy as well. So I'm just happy we get another temple, even if it's not Ocean. I'm sure we'll go there at some point, but for now, they're taking us back to the desert. We'll see what this looks like. It's pretty normal this time. We're not at like Y 100,000, and the lava pool also there for EDCR and a river in view.
Yeah, so pretty ordinary Desert Temple, especially compared to last time as well. Pretty much identical points almost dropping down into the temple here. Be interesting now to see, are we going to have golden apples? Last time we had 4 golden apples. So are we going to have, are we going to have similar this time? No, I don't think we have any. No.
I don't think we have any either. 13 flesh, no golden apples is rough. I would be shocked if either of these players don't get food here.
Beautiful head hitters coming out of the temple there as well from EDCR. So nice to see. It's just so clean when he does it. Potentially, is it worth them looking around for food? I think EDCR is maybe looking. Infume going for, managed to grab his gravel as well, got his logs, just maybe a little bit ahead of EDCR here, but it's pretty close. I mean, plenty of iron, at least. They can make iron pickaxe, iron axe, and Infume is going to be the first one to enter. Yeah.
No food for either runner, 13 flesh. It's been done. It's not that uncommon at a high level, especially because there just was no food for them to grab. I'm sure if there was a pig on this portal or something, like they would absolutely go for it. Infume might even go for this Hoglin that I see down here. Wouldn't shock me. Deciding not to. I mean, Infume, I feel like more than almost any other runner, like notorious for just playing on really, really low food. It's going to be Manhunt Housing for Infume here. Really nice job to mitigate any damage so far right now. Only has gotten hit once. Gonna toggle to hard mode, get more piglins aggravated at him. Nicely played here so far. EDCR, though, checking these auto chests before starting the route.
Wow.
It's a 5 obby chest. That could be valuable. Infume, though, still trying to get set up on this housing. And notably, I also just saw the normal block that runners would break to stop a potential lava housing was a gilded blackstone. So Infume did not break that on the way on this route because he didn't want to aggro the piglins too early. See if EDCR does it. No, he's going to go for the goose variation, which is going to just stop lava housing in general. And this is what we're talking about, Rose. This, what we're seeing from EDCR, is this new tech, high-level stuff that we're seeing that could be the difference here for EDCR.
Yeah,
But
he's
also
on
I just died,
very,
sorry.
very low health. Yeah, he took extra damage coming into the bastion because he missed his block clutch, and then he got shot by a piglin with a crossbow as he was building up to get the three gold blocks. So, not the kind of best when we know we've got a very low food seed. But it'd be interesting to keep an eye on the obsidian, potentially EDCR learning from past mistakes. I mean, he's had 2 housing bastions where the obsidian's been in the outer blocks, and that has kind of caused a little bit of difficulty for him, I think, against Beef Salad and against Feinberg. So potentially grabbing that early, especially with both players doing manhunt and not necessarily checking the top chests, could arguably save him time depending on how these obsidian trades go.
Is that no? That's 39 crying. I mean, EDCR has enough obby. Infume gets 20 now. Had to wait for like 1 extra trade cycle though than EDCR, at least timing wise. Really surprising to see. I guess like again in this bastion in housing, like it's so hard to find time to like overlap a hunger reset on the trades. It's just so difficult to. So not really something that EDCR can do on the trades. Is so low on health, so low on food as well. EDCR with multiple flesh more than EDCR, and both trying to find this fortress. No sign of it yet. I think now,
Infume
yeah,
does see
now
it
it's
now.
on Infume screen. And I mean, EDCR has done a good job managing the food so far, but
Infume's on very low health now. He's on a heart and a half. So one hit from a blaze here. It's not going to be an excellent situation for Infume. Only 4 rotten flesh to try and heal up. Blaze rates are very, very good as well. I think that was pretty much 3 for 3. And Infume's going to play this Stray on the way as well.
Another aggressive pro from EDCR too. Both playing both spawners. 4 rods for EDCR. 4 now for Infume. 5 now for Infume. And it's going to come down to how fast these runners can really set the pre-crafts up. Everything that they need for this endgame. And I love this portal variation that EDCR is doing on the outside. Going to be able to place blocks for this blaze spawner while in the portal animation, but also going to overlap all the pre-crafting he needs to do as well. And the blaze lights the portal for him because why not?
So kind. Both runners have plenty of explosives as well. It's something like 14, I think it says, yeah, for Infume. So gonna have plenty of explosives. I think, yeah, good amount of pearls still as well. Very different from kind of previous seeds. EDCR, interestingly, going for the hunger reset here. The new, well, not too new, but portal set for hunger resetting on your blind portal there when it's above an ocean. I actually got shown that the other day. But Infume kind of choosing not to hunger reset there is on very,
I think this is
very
deceptively close. I mean, the hunger reset play from Infume not deciding to go for that is pretty risky. I don't know exactly how close he is in the courts. 220, 132. He's about 40 blocks away right now. But Infume, I mean, look at this. They're at basically the same exact spot right now. EDCR, yeah. They're both diagonal soul speed bridging, literally placed the obsidian at the exact same time. And EDCR is maybe going to enter the stronghold a second faster, if that. But what's the nav? That's really been the story of these matchups. EDCR getting some type of spike he likes top right. Same with Infume. But Infume immediately turning back while EDCR finds the portal room. I don't know why Infume immediately turned back. EDCR just finds it down here and is going to set up for the zero. And it's just in the end. Wow, it was so fast.
Yeah.
I blinked and he's in the end.
Yeah. Just much cleaner, faster nav. Infume just backtracking, and that was
Hard zero,
where he made a
though.
mistake.
This is universal side setup back 95. We do have a bajillion explosives for EDCR, but this is not a free zero no matter who you are as a runner. One weird arrow, one mistime bed can get really awkward really quickly, but EDCR is making this look easy. One more double bed will do it. And we have a tied series going into the 5th game. It's going to be 2-2.
Wow.
Half a heart from EDCR after the pearl down. Gotta be feeling pretty good. I mean, wow, what a time as well. It's going to be like 7:15 or so entering this portal for EDCR. Really nicely done. And he's going to tie himself up here in the series.
Yeah, really well played by EDCR there. And, you know, Infume only just finding the portal room at the very end there. So, you know, you can see they were so close the whole seed. You know, slightly ahead on the enter for Infume, but they were pretty much I mean, we saw when they were building their second portal, they were placing blocks at the exact same time. But it pretty much, it just came down to the nav again, kind of becoming the story so far.
And literally not a single split until the end there, where it's more than a 5-second difference between these two runners. Absolutely crazy. Also, a couple people that I trust in the chat saying that EDCR was actually on hard mode since the Bastion, which is crazy because one stray hit from a Blaze on that seed is absolutely absurd. I fully missed that. Just assume, like, you just don't, like, at this level, like, of course you see them toggle to hard, but it's like, oh yeah, like, of course EDCR is gonna remember to toggle off hard mode. Like, I'm the person who's not gonna remember to toggle off hard mode. I'm the silly one who's not gonna remember to do that. EDCR not doing that and still just playing so well to, like, literally he gets hit by a Blaze once, it's over. Like, immediately. Like, he was never on enough health to ever get out of that situation. Really well played from him and ties up the series going into game 5. I mean, these games, I've absolutely loved them. This has been a crazy set so far.
Yeah, this has been such a good final so far. I mean, it's just been back and forth consistently. They've been so close. We've had just some crazy things happen. I'm so excited to see what we've still got in store. We've got, you know, a minimum 2 more games of this. I can't wait.
A minimum of 2 more games, which is super hype. It's also just been back and forth and back and forth. So now it's Infume seed pick again. Curious what he's gonna go to here. I mean, are we finally gonna go Ocean? Like, I don't know if we're actually forced to it. We actually might be forced to at this point to go Ocean. I'm not even sure what is left. Like, because there's the new seed stuff. I'm pretty good with like how the seed format works. Yeah, oh, he might be able to play Village. You're right. Because I'm pretty good with how it works in the best of 5 format. But now, this is the first time we're doing this new seed format in a best of 7. I'm a little bit cooked on it. I think you're right because EDCR won the Village seed. So Infume can pick it. And then it's the 2 Ocean seeds. So that's what's on the table for Infume. I feel like he's probably going to pick Village. Like, just keep the, like, you haven't picked an Ocean seed yet. Why would he do it now? He's probably going to pick Village. But I mean, we were wrong last time. We'll see what it is once we, you know, see the seed selection screen, which should be any second now. So curious to see what that's going to be. But I mean, wow, what a privilege so far to watch this set. Here's the seed selection. And it's going to be Shipwreck. We are going to finally go Ocean on seed 5.
We're just wrong. We're wrong once again.
And
but
we
no,
are.
I think mixing it up a little bit potentially. He couldn't have picked Village anyway because he won the Village seed. I thought Village was second when EDCR won. He could have picked Ruin Portal. Okay, no, Shipwreck makes sense. I think, we're just wrong. It's okay. We're all getting to grips with it. We're not used to the new seed system just yet, but no, I think it makes sense from Infume mix it up a little bit. I mean, you've had you know, not so much like similar overworlds, but you've had kind of fairly, simple non-ocean seeds. So let's go for something a little bit different. You've got a little bit more kind of flexibility in terms of what your food is going to be like with a shipwreck. You can either have a chest with 30 wheat in it, or you can have like 5 rotten flesh. So it'll be interesting to see what we get in terms of food, as well as potentially where is our magma ravine going to be. But no, I'm excited to see what else this finals has in store for us.
Yeah, I mean, we have been really given a treat so far. We had no sub 10s, and then EDCR drops a 715. Absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. And you're absolutely right with the food on a shipwreck seed. I mean, we saw in that second Desert Temple seed how low food impacts these runners. I would love to see another low food seed here. Just give us basically rotten flesh and like 2 bread. Like, that's what I want to see here. I don't want to see golden carrots for these runners. They're too good for it. They're just too good. So make them suffer a little bit here. Go through the motions, and we'll see what the shipwreck has for them.
Oh,
Too much
well,
good.
unfortunately, they were too nice. I mean, EDCR did already get 12 golden carrots on the first seed, so still not quite that amount, but good amount of iron as well, 15 iron, 2 suspicious stew. So not too bad for these runners here as well.
No, not at all. Maybe hopping up to these trees, kind of a little awkward. This island is very vertical. Not going to be the easiest to get these materials here. Looks like they're both in just the slightest different position, deciding to go for the birch tree first for Infume, which I don't really think is going to matter too much. Both being able to shear this top level of trees, also get a little bit more sight line on trying to figure out where you're going to go for the kelp, the ravine. Didn't see it for either runner, but usually when in doubt, you're going to head back to your iron source. That's exactly what Infume's doing here. And it does look like there's a pretty nice ravine on the other side of this boat, and EDCR is going to be heading the same direction.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to have your enter. I can't remember exactly how many chunks it is within your iron source on your shipwreck. So as you say, if in doubt, it's always worth going back to your ship there. Infume is going to be building his portal first, but EDCR is once again just right behind.
Immediately right behind. And I love, again, as we're getting hit by a drowned, which messes up the portal with a Nautilus shell, by the way, because why not? Infume, again, just frolicking through the nether. Not a care in the world for whatever craziness EDCR has to go through. And what was this bastion? I missed it. I want to say it looked like a treasure for a second, but I don't think it was. No, it's not at all. It's a bridge. Okay, I don't know what part of the bastion I saw, but Infume is going to be easily able to get to the chalice here. No TNT from the shipwreck. And EDCR significantly behind here. Going to have to make up time at some point in this bastion.
Yeah, and just so unfortunate for EDCR as well. Literally nothing that was his fault. He just happened to have the drowned on him to ruin the portal. But gotta be frustrating. Could have killed it and got the Nautilus shell. Could have started the progress towards the conduit. But still, yep. Keeping his eye on the prize though, heading straight to the chalice. But I would have maybe been tempted to grab the shell. But maybe that's just because I like AA. So.
I mean, we're lucky Feinberg's not in the finals. We got rid of him already. Yeah. That would have been that. We would have had to worry about that for sure. Infume starting
he would have
here. Going to allow the other piglins up. Has the triple on this side. And it's going to be a pretty simple Soog here for Infume, especially with letting those pigs up really nice. Does not place the last block. And kind of awkward here. Getting this last bit to the auto funnel was low on blocks, but is not going to lose too much time to that. Meanwhile, EDCR actually committing to the other direction. Going to play the other rampart here. That is interesting.
Potentially could be useful in terms of if you've got your obsidian, if you're going to have to go back and check the other triple. And also, I guess, for direction to the fortress. I think both runners kind of, or at least Infume definitely is looking for the fortress at this point. So it might be that if the fortress is in the direction where EDCR is, he's going to potentially get a better pearl hang. So, could help him, minus the blindness from the suspicious shoe, but could help him make up a little bit of time on Infume here.
For sure. Really going to be curious about the pig count. I mean, it looked like EDCR had so many. Fortress is going to be the next hurdle for these runners. I mean, both have 20 obby already. Having to pie chart for EDCR, and Infume is out. No sign of the fortress yet on the wide macro. Actually, maybe saw it there. Rolling pretty far. Do we see it? I don't see it. Rolling pretty
I
aggressively
don't
for
see
not
it.
seeing it.
Okay,
There
there
it
we go.
is. So has it there. Not that many pearls, but enough to play comfortably, especially compared to some of the earlier seeds that we saw. And EDCR, no golden carrots crafted at all.
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
huge. Not grabbing a backup, not getting anything. That is a major variance between these two runners now.
Yeah, and Infume had the time to be able to do that. He had, obviously
Oh,
a
apparently he has
little
both.
bit of
Sorry.
a okay. Yeah, but I think at least Infume had the time in the Bastion, but
Yeah.
EDCR knew he was behind, so he had to just go. He didn't have the time to kind of sort his inventory as much as Infume did. EDCR going for a few strays here, but has to be careful because he's got, being the Basalt Delta, you've got your big magma cubes, he's got wither skeletons that he's dealing with as well. So a little bit scary. And obviously, the more of these carrots he eats now means the less golden carrots he has. Infume was able to turn all 8 of his
Exactly. He just
carrots into
doesn't have the
golden
burst
carrots.
healing.
Yeah. Oh, it's very low health for ECR as well. Yeah, now turns
Is going to be able to get it off. Wow.
But does have slightly less. Although Infume only has 4, so Infume has eaten quite a lot of his golden carrots. So actually, kind of pretty similar food wise now. Now that EDCR has been able to craft those, and Infume has a skeleton drop down on his spawner, and he gets hit by a blaze, so has to eat another golden carrot. So actually,
I mean,
EDCR is in the better health situation.
actually crazy. I feel like both of these runners have just been having some wild mob moments in this fortress so far. EDCR still hasn't even gotten the blaze bed off, just getting it off now. Both runners have 3 rods. Infume's ahead on rod, or blaze is killed by 2, which is enough to potentially matter. It's going to come down to that last cycle for these runners, but both blinding at basically the same time. And like you said, that carrot advantage for EDCR is at least notable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, I don't know if it's going to really come into play, but Infume did misplace an obsidian while he was building his portal. He's lucky they had, I think, 22 to start with, but he's now only got 11, so he can't really afford another misplace. So he has to just maybe, take it a little bit more carefully. I mean, he's unlikely to make a mistake, but could potentially cause a little bit of difficulty. I mean, EDCR has still got 20 obsidian, whereas Infume's only got 11.
I'm also watching the explosive count here. I don't know if it's bugged, but Infume only has 4, which is not comfy, especially depending on the zeros. I mean, it would not surprise me at all if Infume goes for like a 2+2, but I don't know if that's like a we're missing wood situation or we literally just have that many explosives, but that is a little bit concerning for sure, given the fact that EDCR has 6. There's the portal room. It's a 2-eye. I mean, it looks like he has 4 beds only.
I think it was just 3 beds and 1 anchor, potentially. It was a little bit hard to see. He was very quick checking, but... Oh, no, 4 beds. But has
it's literally just 4 beds. So has to hit a 2+2, decides no, not going to go for it. And that opens the door completely up for EDCR in this game, who's now digging down on cords, has it open, and now the perch race. Everyone's favorite thing from this playoffs. If EDCR does not insta-nav this, Infume can easily get a perch here. Like, EDCR just has 2 more explosives.
Yeah. I mean, if EDCR finds his
it's right there to the right. It's right there to the right for EDCR. So he's going to be able to enter with enough explosives. Infume needs a perch literally like in the next 15 seconds or else it's over.
Yeah.
But it could be going. It could be going. It could loop here. No, it goes back to Infume. So I think that is pretty much it. Unless it turns back again. No. So the ball is entirely in EDCR's hands. Going all the way on the 0. I think this is fine. It's not the freest 0, though.
Yeah.
Has a good setup now. Has to eat midway through. Has 1 more bed, I think, and then an anchor. No, 1 more bed on top of that. And will be able to kill the dragon very close there. Especially on that last explosive. But will get it done. And now EDCR takes Game 5, wins the last 2 seeds, and is now 1 game away from winning Grand Finals.
Wow. I mean, yeah, just the difference of explosives there just meant that Infume didn't want to go for the 0, was stuck waiting for the perch, didn't get the perch, and EDCR was able to just about pull off the 0 there. But yeah, as you say, EDCR is going to be match point now heading into our next seed. But you can see there, Infume just creating a lot of time between kind of blinding and getting to the stronghold, but then because he doesn't have the explosives, just unable to kind of carry out the 0 and to get the win.
I mean, that's why we see zeros being so impactful at this high level. You're never out of it if you can go for a 0 and your opponent can't. Really nicely done from EDCR. And I'm really curious what happened with Infume's explosives. I could have swore he blaze betted. So maybe just lost track of his explosive count there. Really unfortunate for Infume. But, I mean, EDCR has played so good so far, is in this position now to win grand finals. And now it's Infume's seed pick again. Could go Ruin Portal, could go another Ocean Seed. I mean, was ahead on the Ocean Enter, so it would not shock me at all if we see another Ocean Seed here.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Infume, maybe BT is the right play here, but I mean, it could be that he knows he was first into the end, so he could be thinking, okay, well, I'm faster, so maybe I do pick Ruin Portal here. Gonna be interesting to see, but then yeah, do you want to take that risk? EDCR is still going to be very, very fast on a Ruin Portal, one Ruin Portal the last time you played it, so going to be difficult decision potentially for Infume here.
Absolutely. I mean, I would not want to be in his shoes right now. Trying to think about what you're picking is a really stressful decision. And EDCR is starting to gain momentum. In the first couple seeds, it was back and forth, back and forth. Now EDCR's won 2 in a row. You don't want that to snowball because one more and it's over. You want to take this to a game 7 here if you're Infume. Get the momentum back in your favor. But, I mean, whatever happens here in this 6th game, what a series this has been. These two players clearly have shown they deserve to be here. And it is going to be buried treasure for Infume. Going back to the ocean. Last chance here to bring it to a game 7. We'll see what happens on this buried treasure seed.
Yeah, and it does mean that we get to see all the seed types being played, at least.
It's a world tour with 2 temples.
Yes, which sounds like a great world tour, especially if you are a fan of all advancements. But no, I think BT is good. If you get TNT in the BT here, you're gonna have good food. You always have pretty good source of iron. So I think this is the right move from Infume. I think we've just seen them be so back and forth and so close together through all of these seeds that I think this is kind of his best chance to be able to bring it back here to make it 3-all. But yeah, as we head in, match point to EDCR.
Here it is. No immediate spike for EDCR, but knows exactly where to go. Obviously familiar with the rank filter. Both players looking for this spike. Finding something here. Not the easiest buried treasure. But EDCR looks like he's going to dig on it first. And Diamond Sword going to be able to come out here. 5 fish in total. Little bit of an edge to EDCR. Going to be curious. I'm assuming we're going to see a Gold Axe Diamond Sword craft here for these runners. And probably Iron Doors as well. No! EDCR, interestingly, going to full do the Iron Tools. I wonder if that's just because it's just quicker to just make everything with iron. I find that a little bit surprising. Maybe you just like having the distraction gold, especially because you can make shear, so gold axe is way less valuable. That would probably be my guess. But EDCR are going to be going to the ravine first here. Has everything ready to go, and Infume not too far behind.
Yeah, and Infume also going for I'm losing my voice from just the excitement. But Infume also going for the Iron Tools there as well. So it's just, I think, yeah, maybe just faster for getting blocks. And
but this ravine isn't real for EDCR.
It's not real.
That's real, but that's so awkward with the gravel. Infume's going to run into the same thing here. Realize that this isn't real. And now look at this portal completion that EDCR is going to have to do. Infume smartly deciding to dig out this gravel first. So we'll be able to take a look here. But, I mean, this is something that neither runner is really going to be super comfortable with. I think I like the way that EDCR is handling it better. But I don't know, looks a little bit confused right now, getting a little bit more
Yeah.
sorted. Still needs 2 more lava, and I think Infume might actually complete this first. And it
Yes, he
is gonna be
does.
in another first. Wow.
Wow. I mean, EDCL does now, but doesn't have his flint either, so just loses a little bit more time just because of a very, very awkward ravine.
Yeah, I mean,
Infume
that
just
is
so fast on the terrain here.
also seeing the fortress on the wide macro for Infume. I mean, picked the buried treasure seed, wanted to go to Ocean, was very comfortable in that really awkward mag ravine, pays off big time for him. Every second you can get on EDCR is going to be helpful. This looks like a housing. It is a housing. Starting the route here at the top for Infume, and EDCR a little behind still. I mean, looking pretty good here, but it's lava housing. I totally missed that it was lava housing.
Whoa.
Wow. Lava housing in grand finals. Holy smokes.
Incredible. So you're just gonna have significantly less
And he
pigs
started
now.
seeing
So
his
you've got to.
lava. He
Oh
didn't see there was
no!
lava housing.
And
A
he has to reset.
crazy punish. I mean,
Oh
yeah,
no!
has to fully reset.
Yeah,
Didn't pay attention close enough. And now Infume is in a full driver's seat. I mean, barring an absolute catastrophe, Infume is going to know the advancements. That is absolutely wild. That lava housing in
yeah.
grand finals causes that.
That's. I mean, it's got to be so frustrating if you're EDCR, but you know, it's as we've seen in many seeds, anything can happen. You know, it happened in the earlier game in his semi-final where he died and then Feinberg died. So it's it's very possible Infume could still make a mistake here. EDCR could make that time back up, but it's definitely not going to be easy, and he's going to be very much relying on Infume to make a mistake here. But Infume is looking very strong here.
I mean, I love lava housing. I don't know if I'm in the minority on that with chat. I think lava housing's great, probably because I've played it almost certainly more than anyone in the history of ever. But I think it's so fun to have to get creative on a bastion. It's almost like the fifth bastion type. It's literally an entirely new route. I think it's awesome. And I think there's a lot of tech that isn't fully mapped out with lava housing still. There's so many variations depending on what the other rampart is. Infume is going to be leaving, though, notably 15 pearls, 16 obsidian. Maybe just trying to get a crazy pearl hang here, actually. That's what it looks like
Yeah.
because his piglins were so... Like, he had, like, maybe 4 or 5 piglins here on this trading cycle. So, makes sense to get a crazy pearl hang. EDCR finally getting to a ravine, but also smartly maybe from EDCR. I think this is an entirely different ravine because he just didn't want to deal with what he had to deal with on the last one.
Yeah, has gone to a completely new ravine. Doesn't have to worry about any kind of mental mathematics that he had to do as he was trying to build his previous portal, able to enter a lot faster. But Infume, I think, is just waiting for his last few trades. Yeah, and he's happy, and he is out. So EDCR kind of a whole split behind.
But look at this. Look
So
at
it has
this
a
from
lot to do.
EDCR. EDCR lowering the render before going. Knows it's lava housing, of course. So is going to
Of
try and
course.
make up time here by being able to play a normal housing route by lowering render to not load the lava. And now can
Lava
see
flow.
it.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to fully drain it here, or at least do something. I don't know. What is he going to go for? I'm curious where he's draining it from. Looks like he wants to pick
Yeah.
there. I'd be curious why not just pick a slightly better spot where it doesn't flow entirely through. I feel like you could have maybe got more piglins. I'm just curious what he's doing. Like I say when I commentate, I never assume that a runner is making a mistake. I assume that I'm stupid. So I think that this kind of makes sense for EDCR here. But I mean, while all this is happening, I mean, Infume having the time of his life, measuring eyes at this point in the
Yeah.
fortress, no problems. But no
Yeah. He did blind
explosives. So
early.
that could be something.
Yeah. He did blind early. He did blind with only 2 rods. So, but is looking around, I think, for sheep because he knows he's not really got any explosives. Because didn't have very many pigs in the housing because of the lava. Yeah, so he's thrown a pearl hang here, and he is running to look for sheep
And
or
this is a
anything.
lot of time loss here, like a huge amount of time
Yeah,
loss. Yeah, you can go to the plains. I don't know if he saw anything though. Does have
it does
sheep
find
here,
sheep.
And he's gonna be able to.
And
Oh no, he's
grabbing.
gonna die them. I love this.
Oh,
Because
that's
there's a gray
smart.
sheep and it's eating. So he gets the double eat on the gray
Wow.
sheep, rewarded for going for the wool color play. This
Yeah,
guy's
he
a
gets
genius
4
and now
beds
has.
worth of wool.
I don't know how we're up to 9 explosives. I don't know how that happened. We went from 1 to 9. But I mean,
Okay.
hey, if that works, that works.
It was? No, that's so smart from Infume. I thought he was grabbing dandelions to make suspicious stew, and then I was like, "No, that's not right." But no, really, really, really smart thinking. I mean, it means he's maximizing the amount of wool that he can get. And
Yeah,
now he's
exactly.
just slowly clearing out the blaze spawner, not gonna use any explosives there. Um, he's just having a look now how many explosives is he gonna have. So he's got 4 beds, 1 anchor. So still not a huge amount of explosives.
Yeah, I think that the way that the tracker is working right now is a little bit buggy. I think it thinks one yellow wool can make another bed with the string, which I don't think is possible. So I think Infume has 5
Uh,
explosives. EDCR is still waiting. I mean, grab backup, still only 21 string after doing a normal housing route. So is going to be in the same spot as Infume, basically. No reward for playing more. I mean, has 3 anchors. So we can do 4 bed, 1 anchor, but Infume has 4 strays. It also doesn't matter though because he got all his rods. I forgot that Infume is so far ahead. I mean, heading to Cords now.
yeah.
EDCR is at the forward, but I mean, Infume fully in the driver's seat to still take the seat to a game 7.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have seen it come down to the nav before. So if the stronghold, if the nav is particularly difficult for Infume, but obviously EDCR still low explosives. So and I doubt if you're EDCR in this position, you're not going to go for the same play that Infume did. You're not going to push to try and find sheep. Infume was able to do that because he knew how much of a lead he had, and he's going to be entering the stronghold well ahead of EDCR.
Well ahead indeed. No amazing spike, though. That's a library spike that Infume's getting, but doesn't really have anything else. Maybe just got something there at the last second. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good spike that he's getting at this point. Heading down, committing to this double staircase, heading down this way, still is committing down this. It's pretty deep at this point, but really likes the spike.
Sees it.
And there's the portal room. So he's going to be able to go for a hunger reset here. Trying to
Okay.
utilize the silverfish because he does not want to use his pearls, given the fact that I don't know how many eyes it is. It's a 1 eye. So only going to be able to, I mean, he's going to have 4 pearls, which is actually like, there's basically no 0 that you're not going to be able to do with 4 pearls entering the end after a hunger reset. So is totally fine there. EDCR just measuring now, but I mean, Infume fully in his control here. Is this zeroable? It's a little bit hard, but should be okay here with the cage. A bit tall of a tower. No, only 85. So should be able to get to 95 comfortably and still win the seed.
Yeah. Obviously low explosives, but good first bet
Low
there.
dragon. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's going to be okay. Sorry. Wow, that was scary for a second.
Yep. No, should be able to do it with this last anchor. Yep. So, Infume now taking us to a game 7.
Wow.
I mean, this has been such a back and forth series. I mean, it has been, incredible. I mean, obviously, unfortunate for EDCR taking the death to the lava in the housing there, but also just from Infume, just kept it so cool and calm. And I loved the sheep play. It's so clever.
It's great.
And just, full yellow bed, 0 cycle as well. Love it.
That's my favorite part. The yellow beds is just so awesome to me. I think that's so cool. And we get to go to a game 7. How lucky are we? That is so much fun. I mean, anything can happen. It's like you said, it's been so back and forth. It's down to this. Every single matchup, every single seed that's happened in this playoffs has led to this last seed pick by EDCR, which also, I was thinking about this on the last seed pick screen, Rose, when we get to it. I actually don't think EDCR has a choice because the 1 seed pick he hasn't won is Buried Treasure, but you can't do a back-to-back seed. And his only other option is Village. So he has to go to a Village here, I think. We'll see what that ends up looking like. But if I understand the seed pick correctly, which it's maybe taken me a full season to do, I think he's forced to go Village here.
I think so. Um, I feel like my brain has immediately forgotten every single thing that's happened previously.
No, I
But
know. It's okay. It's totally okay.
I think
I
you might be
think
right.
I
I'm
think
just gonna
that's
say you're right.
I I'm imagining that's the reason that this is happening because yeah, I mean, I actually like that it's going to be a village, assuming that's the case on this last seed, because it's a seed type where there is usually very little RNG on like the enter stuff, unless it's like a woodlight, which is pretty rare most of the time in village. I'm hoping for a no RNG overworld here. Let's save it.
Yeah.
Let's end this season, Rose, with a perch race. What do you think? Let's end it. They
Yes,
enter the end
absolutely.
same time. No one shoot any crystals. Just do east west as well, and just
Yep.
whoever fate decides it. I think that's what we should do.
Yep. I think we should just roll the dice and see what happens. You know, it's the last time in the playoffs that we're going to see it because of the perch standardization that we're going to have from season 11 onwards. But I think we should just, I think what better way to end it, as you say, than with a perch race, definitely.
I think you listen. Anything's possible. I do understand the seed pick and ban format.
Yes,
We are
we
going to
did
go
it
to a
on the final
village.
seed.
I mean, this is wonderful. I am so excited to see what's going to come out of this. And regardless of what happens, EDCR and Infume and everyone in playoffs has put on such a show to get to this point. Huge props to all the runners, but especially these two, really making this final day special. And also, if you're watching, because I'm sure 1,000 people are going to drop off immediately once this last game ends, go to the pinned message in wherever you're watching and check out the feedback form. We want to hear your feedback. Give us feedback. If there's something that you did not enjoy about this playoffs, tell us. Tell us about the feedback. We're literally going to go through it. Oliver, myself, I'm sure a bunch of other people are going to go through the feedback personally. So please give us feedback. It's your time to tell us what we can do differently and everything. And you know, tell us what you'd like to see. But enough of that yapping. We're ready to go, Rose. It's the final game, the seed 7. It all comes down to this, and it's a desert village.
Desert Village.
My goodness.
Incredible. Trees are close, at least. I think I saw a blacksmith. No toolsmith, sadly. Yeah, I see the blacksmith in the background, but
That would
would
have
have
been
been maybe
awesome.
nice.
I didn't even think
Would have
that
been.
was a possibility when we loaded in, but that would have been incredible.
It's always there in the back of your mind. I love EDCR grabbing the dead bush out of the pots there to place down to break to get the sticks. That's so smart. That is so clever. Doesn't matter too much because Infume's got plenty of sticks, but just those little like micro decisions that he makes is just so wonderful to see.
Absolutely. Really, I would say like the king of micro in this like current meta of MCSR, just so smart on every little decision-making process that he does. Sees the lava pool, but where are we getting flint? We talked about maybe some little RNG stuff here. Both runners are probably going to have to woodlight here.
Yep,
And
Infume
that
just
could be
not
a
hesitating.
huge, huge factor. Where Infume is doing this is very interesting as well.
He's
Kind of a
got
weird spot.
leaves
Had to
as
like,
well,
yeah,
and
that is true.
EDCR's
No shears
got
for
wood, so
EDCR.
he. I think because I think Infume just maybe made the decision to make shears faster because he made a stone axe. So and whereas EDCR made gold tools, so he made gold axe and shovel. So you know leaves do catch and fire spread faster than wood. So potentially,
I mean, Infume's not even at his portal though. It hasn't lit though, and
yeah, and
EDCR's is
EDCR
going to be
gets
first.
the woodlight. Yeah. So
And no
it
woodlight
doesn't
for
matter.
Infume yet. This is, I mean, he has 2 fire right there. It still isn't lighting. And this is what I don't love about a leaf woodlight as Infume finally gets it sometimes, is sometimes the leaves can just burn too quickly without lighting the portal. It can be a little bit scary. It's a bridge bastion here. The blocks for both runners are going to come in huge. EDCR did get a ton of wood here and should be fine for this route. Infume might be going. Are we gonna do Jimbo James here? Are we breaking the chest and going to the chalice? No, we're just checking the chest first, I think. I don't think we're breaking the chest. But oh my
No,
god, he
we
is.
are.
Oh my god, we're going. And Infume's
Oh
off.
my god.
He's off to the
Okay.
races. This is a huge gamble for Infume here. 2 Hoglins immediately gonna take him his health down. Oh my god, I can't even speak. This is crazy decision making from Infume.
Oh
Taking a
my
lot of
goodness.
damage. I'm not sure he has that many pigs. Has some down to 3 hearts, toggles to hard. No skeleton here. This is a huge variation, Rose. And I think it's worked out okay for Infume, but EDCR is going to have a lot of piglins as well. It's double, triple on both sides. If this was a single, it would have been a lot more punishing for EDCR. But I actually, it's so hard to tell pace when something like this happens.
Yeah, I mean, great play from Infume, I think, to risk it. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've seen the fortress. So
Oh,
depending
he's
on the
pie charting now,
direction that
both.
it's in, yeah,
And it's the direction
work
of the
out.
chalice. It's the direction of the chalice. So,
Wow,
I mean, that doesn't really matter. It's like
amazing.
1 pearl for these runners. But the play. Wait a minute. Did it? I think it's fully diagonal. I could have just sworn it went a different direction for Infume. Infume sees it. I don't think it's diagonal enough for it to matter for EDCR. I swear this fortress was diagonal, though. I swear it went a different direction when Infume or EDCR did that, which is actually crazy. But I don't think it's going to matter because it's only like 10 chunks away. Infume, yeah, it's going to... That is crazy. It's a diagonal fortress on seed
Wow.
7. And Infume needs the only downside for Infume is he's only on 15 obsidian. EDCR gets 21st and is going to be out. Infume's still on 18 and doesn't get it from the trades. So has to go to this triple. And what was such an incredible play is potentially going to be punished, but is now going to be able to raise the pearl hang and neither see the fortress, Rose. But Infume is going to have a better reading because of the diagonal.
Piglin as well. Yeah, EDCR did hit a zombie piglin. It doesn't matter too much, but he does have quite a horde following him at the moment.
Maybe it does matter.
So, yeah, maybe actually it does matter. And he's having to go back in the other direction. So the diagonal, he wasn't actually sure where the fortress was. And he's having to kind of make decisions a lot faster because he had all of these zombie pigs chasing after him.
Wow. I mean, what an insane seed. Infume is gonna find the fortress first. The directional pie chart. This game came down to where these runners are pie charting from in the bridge bastion right now. But Infume hasn't found the spawner yet. It's a buried fortress. As I say that, there it is. Infume, or EDCR, I should say, purling to the good part of the fort now, has to find the spawner. Infume, you can see the nerfs for both these runners coming into play here. Very scary, but they're going to have a ton of explosives for the 0. This is also, because let's add some more RNG into this, Rose, a different spawner for EDCR.
Yeah, so potentially, depending what the spawn is going to be like, could be different strongholds as well. Just watching EDCR moving through the fortress as well, he was placing gravel down to get the head hitters to travel faster, and he did not miss a single block. Like, he was going so fast. So both runners just absolutely pushing it to the limits in this final seed.
I mean, given everything, Infume is roughly 20 seconds ahead. I would say this cycle that EDCR just spawned is the cycle that Infume just killed. So is ahead on the blaze cycle by about 15 to 20 seconds or so. And we can see every little thing matters. Like Infume critting, hitting the blazes while in the portal animation, going through to the overworld here. What's the measurement? It's 749 for Infume. Even if it's not one of the offset, or even if it's just one of the offsets there, it's actually the farthest one. So it's now it's 1700. It just went from 700 to 1700, the farthest possible offset for Infume. That opens the door. I mean, the chords, pay attention, 22,252 for Infume here. This could be an entirely different stronghold for EDCR, or it could be way closer. It is the same stronghold. It's the same distance. So maybe they actually were playing the same stronghold or same spawner and we just missed it. But I could have swore it was different spawners. But Infume's out. The rates really pick up.
Yeah.
And now Infume's leaving.
Yeah. And EDCR's got his lovely gravel trail there to travel.
When did EDCR get 6 rods? I'm sorry. The rates are so good.
Yeah. And but taking slightly different terrain, Infume finding these lovely kind of little gaps to be able to pearl through here. Can't really throw too many more pearls.
I mean, this is the difference right here, though. EDCR, Pearls in the lava, Infume on the ledge, both building up. They're going to be building their portal, Rose, at nearly the exact same time. EDCR is on the courts. Infume is going to be there in 2 seconds. The Obsidian is going to come out for both runners.
Oh my
and
goodness.
EDCR is ahead by maybe a second here as they're both entering the stronghold at the exact same time. 7:30, the spike is going to be huge. EDCR spike is going to be very hard to read for us. Infume is going to be much more normal, but I'm not seeing anything that I love on the side of Infume. A library on the side of EDCR, nothing down there. Infume going the same direction. There's nothing for these runners yet, unless it's down the staircase for EDCR, and it's not.
Yep, and there's a zombie spawner you can see from the mossy cobblestone on EDCR's screen. We haven't removed zombie spawners because, again, as we said, we're playing Season 10 version. So potentially that's messing with the spikes as well. Yep, Infume hears it, and he's going to find it first, I think.
He's going to find it. I mean, no silverfish spikes. I'm not sure what silverfish is in the language that EDCR is playing, but no sign of it. But this dig for Infume is taking a while. Still hasn't found it. I could have sworn he was digging a silverfish. How are we not at the portal room? Were we not digging a silverfish?
Yeah, he had silverfish hisses on his subtitles, but obviously wasn't. Maybe if I'm not sure. Maybe there was a stray one. No, Infume does find it. Does find it.
For EDCR. It's going to come down to the nerves here on the 0. Infume has the chance to win playoffs. A finalist last season. The season before that didn't even make it out of the rounds of 16. This, I think, is it for EDCR, but it's a hard 0. And Infume has no pearls, Rose. No pearls. So it actually, after everything we've said, might come down to a perch race if EDCR cannot hit the 0. It's back and it's tall and it was caged. This is not an easy 0. It's going to be a 95 offset, I think, for EDCR here. Going to be getting there in time. Has the explosives. Has so many explosives, the dragon doesn't fly. And even though the first bed did literally no damage, I think we're going to be okay here. Infume needs a perch like now, but the dragon is so low for EDCR. He has no arrows, has to only do this off beds, and the last one will do it. Rose, EDCR is our season 10 champion. Unbelievable to hit that 0 and is just soaking it in at the top of the tower. Oh my gosh.
Incredible from EDCR. I mean, he kept his cool there. He was a little bit shaky with the explosives, but no, absolutely incredible. Congratulations to EDCR. He is going to be our Season 10 playoffs champion, taking us to a full 7 seeds there, but truly incredible performance from EDCR.
Absolutely unbelievable. I'm at an absolute loss for words. What an incredible game from these 2 runners. What an incredible series of matches. And for it to all come down to the end fight there, Infume just not having the last pearl to go for the 0, and EDCR hitting that is absolutely unbelievable. We'll win $3,000. Infume will win $1,500, taking home 2nd place. And Aquacord, our 3rd place winner from before, is going to win $500. Absolutely unbelievable playoffs, Rose. I mean, what? That is probably the best grand finals that we've ever had. That was insanity.
Yeah, that was just... Every single seed was just down to the wire. It was so back and forth. And I mean, huge congratulations to EDCR, but also so well played from Infume as well. Every seed, both of these runners just pushing it to the absolute limit. And I think being tested significantly on so many things, on their micro, on their decision making, and, you know, just such a wonderful playoffs run for EDCR as well. You know, just has been so dominant, so commanding on the leaderboard, and now able to kind of get that exact same kind of experience now in a playoffs, able to take his first playoffs win, the first British playoffs winner since I think I have it written down, since season 3. Which was Priffy. So the first time in a long time that we've had a British winner as well. So I'm pretty happy about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, before we celebrate EDCRs, we're going to have an interview with him, and we'll check out the bracket in a second as well. Just a huge shout out to Infume. What a run to get to this point. Had a really dominant showing throughout all of the playoffs this season, and really bounced back as well from I know in his mind was a disappointing land performance to come back from that and play so well in this playoffs, give EDCR a real run for his money, and really still enter the end first on that last seed, just not having the pearls to go for 0. An unbelievable match in Infume. I really hope can take a lot out of this. I mean, just played so incredibly well. We're honored to have both these people in the community. Incredible job. And we are gonna take it immediately now to an interview with the winner, EDCR. What an incredible job. And yeah, let's hop in with an interview with EDCR. Holy smokes. Oliver is taking 1 second here. There we go. EDCR, congratulations on the win. I honestly, I don't know what could even be going through your head. So I just want to give you the floor. How are you feeling after that victory?
I just don't even know what to say. Once I saw him enter the end in that last seed, I just thought it was completely over. But somehow I won. I'm actually shaking. Like I did not expect to win. Oh my god, that
Yeah,
was such a insane match. Like that was so back and forth. Like I won one, he won one, I won one. It was just such an insane match.
it really was. It was honestly a joy and a privilege to watch that between the two of you. You guys really are like two of the best we have to offer, and you are a very deserving playoff champion. I mean, talk about this for a second. First playoffs you're in, you lose in the round of 16. Second playoffs you're in, you lose in the round of 16. This season, you win the entire thing. Talk about mental, talk about dedication. You've always been top of the leaderboard throughout all of that, and you really got to prove yourself here. I mean, has to feel just unbelievable to get that monkey off your back, not just winning out of the round of 16, but now just winning the entire thing, and especially in such an amazing set against Infume.
Yeah, I've just been working so hard. I remember after losing in round of 16 in the previous season, I it really demotivated me for a bit, but then I feel like I came back stronger than ever. I was like more motivated than ever to keep improving and make sure I'm in top form for this playoffs. And I mean, here we are.
Yeah, really. I mean, Rose, what do you got?
I mean, again, huge congratulations. I mean, you played phenomenally. It was such a good, a great match, as you say. One thing I kind of wanted to ask you about, because it was such a back and forth series. I mean, we went all the way to 7 seeds, and there was so many things that happened. I don't even know where to start in terms of what was happening. But in these cases, what is going through your head when you kind of go from, you had in what seed was it? In the previous seed to the final seed, you obviously died with the lava housing. You had other seeds where you were so back and forth between each other. You had so many things in terms of like mobs and terrain and everything else. How do you just keep yourself calm enough to be able to just keep going and to keep pushing through, especially in like such a long series of seeds?
It's a great question. I would say I use all the available time. So like in that seed where there was lava housing where I died, immediately after I died, I just kind of told myself, this seed is over. Just focus on keeping your spirits up for the next match. I also had my friend Bat. He was DMing me, like keeping my spirits high, throughout the match, throughout the set. I mean, and it really helped.
Oh no, that's great to hear. It's so nice if you've got, people cheering you on there. One thing I wanted to ask about, I'm trying to check back with I took so many notes throughout the seed because so many amazing things happened. But the if I take you back all the way to the very, very first seed, um, you went for you obviously entered slightly, if you could even remember, but you entered behind Infume because you were waiting for the woodlight, whereas Infume was able to grab gravel, and you took the kind of more loopy route to get to the bastion. And on the way, you found a room portal that had like 12 golden carrots in it. And in those situations, like what you obviously saw, like you were entering behind and you saw that Infume was kind of taking a long time. He decided to like dig through the netherrack. But what's kind of going through your mind in terms of why do you choose to maybe take the other terrain? Is it influenced by the fact that you saw that it was taking Infume a long time to get there? Or yeah, I guess it's just a little bit of your kind of thought process.
I think my play style is just I really hate digging in the Nether, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. So if there's any chance that that the terrain opens up, I like to at least check and see if it opens up. And I mean, it did. So
Yeah. And no, it was really interesting, particularly like a lot of the nether enters you had kind of far bastions for a majority of the seeds. And there was like a little bit of kind of points where you were a little bit kind of hesitant with kind of picking a direction. Is that more kind of down to just either not having a clear spike or more you're trying to like maximize the best route possible?
um, sorry, do you have an exact seed in mind?
I can't remember which seed it was now. It was a crimson and it was a treasure bastion as well, but I can't remember if it was
Oh
seed.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that seed. Um, well, I think if I remember the seed correctly, I was trying to use my C counter to look for terrain as much as possible, and once I rule out a path, I just move on to the next one until I found terrain. I think Infume actually beat me to the bastion on that seed, but
Yeah, I think he did slightly. Um, but I mean the whole series was incredible. I mean, you played so remarkably well. Yeah, just huge congratulations. Corey, I don't know if you've got any more questions at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal the nerdy question because he's not here. I mean, you won playoffs. I'm sure this was something that you really wanted to do. I mean, is there any other? You've basically always just been like the ranked guy. You had no RSGPB. You basically have only played ranked. Is there other things that you kind of want to go for and achieve in the speedrunning community as a whole? Are you really gonna stick to ranked? I know it's kind of a little maybe early. You literally just won, but curious if that's ever a thought that's crossed your mind or if you just absolutely love ranked and don't plan on changing anything.
yeah, I do have a set of goals that I'd like to complete at some point. Winning playoffs was one that I just completed, and I'm really happy about that, obviously. But I also want RSG world record at some point. I'd like to work towards that. I also want ELO world record back. Infume took it from
Oh,
me last
Okay.
season, hoping to get
holy
it back this season
smokes.
if I can.
I mean, that is an exciting tease for whatever you plan on doing next, whether you decide for ELO world record next or RSG world record. I mean, you deserve to just do whatever the hell you want, man. That was an incredible, incredible performance. Last thing I'll say to get us out of here. I know you won't be attending the Ludwig LAN. I was curious if you had any thoughts on that in the sense of who you think is going to maybe do really good, anyone you're going to be watching out for there. Would love to see you co-stream or watch party that as well yourself, but would love to know what your thoughts are of that since we're not going to be able to see you there.
I really, really hope Infume does well. He 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 really played this match so well, and he really deserves a lot of respect for how he played this seed. So yeah, I'm really going to be rooting for him at the LAN.
Amazing. W Sportsmanship. We're lucky to have you and all the other incredible runners in this community put up a really good face and have a bunch of great sportsmanship. EDCR, congratulations on winning season 10 of Ranked Playoffs. We hope to see you back very soon in season 11 and enjoy it, dude. Soak it in. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Alrighty. Swapping back over here almost seamlessly. I think we did that like near flawlessly on the production angle. W Oliver, W Us Rose. I mean, what a phenomenal playoffs overall. EDCR. I mean, honestly, maybe my favorite player to interview. You can just tell in his voice how much he cares about this game. He always gives great answers. Really, really happy that he was able to win this. And it sounds like I mean RSG World Record Rose. That would be crazy, if he goes for that
Yeah.
next.
I would love to see EDCL go for RSG world record. That would be so exciting. I mean, Aquacord said he was gonna potentially go for it as well, so it would be nice
Yeah,
to see like multiple people kind of trying to go for the record. I think it's been almost a year or just about a year since Loki got the world record, so it would be really really cool to see people kind of going back to running RSG. I think there's quite a few people who it would be great to see get a world record. And I want to see how far we can kind of push with speedrunning with Minecraft, definitely.
absolutely. I mean, well, it's that time of the show, everyone, where we're pretty much wrapping it up here. let's take a look at the credits who really make this entire. Oh, sorry. Let's do bracket first. Let's remember the players of how we got here. Because I skipped a step because the bracket was supposed to be before EDCR, but then EDCR was actually ready quickly. So WEDCR on that. EDCR, I mean, like, honestly, I know we're biased. We're recency biased here, Rose, but like, that was an unbelievable finals. It really was. And the storylines to get here, I mean, the double reverse sweeps from Aquacord, the purchase from Feinberg, just the dominant performances from EDCR and Feinberg, or from EDCR and Infume. I mean, what are you going to remember from season 10 playoffs here?
I think I think the fact that we had a new playoffs winner and that we finally got to see EDCR almost at like full power. And we had so many upsets in the round of 16, but I think it kind of the fact that we had that and so much kind of reverse sweeps and game fives and kind of chaos, the fact that it still came down to EDCR Infume and we had a full 7 seeds and just the most back and forth kind of exciting finals, I think just kind of ties it all off in a perfect bow for season 10.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself. I mean, I'm just gonna remember this playoffs as a real wild ride, a real display of Minecraft speedrunning as a whole. And somehow, even in the end, we still get to the 2 best players, at least seeding wise and phase points wise and leaderboard wise. And getting there, it was a phenomenal finals to watch. And now we can take a look at the credits for all the people that truly make this possible, because it is absolutely crazy that we're able to run this production. Shout out, let's just shout out everyone, the organizers, Oliver, me, Nerdy, Fulham. I mean, not possible. The fact that, honestly, quite frankly, that myself, Nerdy, or Fulham even get to be on the same tab as Oliver is just absolutely absurd. The guy does so much for this game, so much for the community. This guy's been up at 3 a.m. basically like every day for playoffs. Just absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, has produced a phenomenal show for us all. And Red Lime, just the genius that he is with allowing all this to happen, creating the mod and everything. The Fulham analysis, I mean, if you haven't already submitted your feedback form, do it. We've been looking at it in between games. I looked at it when I wasn't commentating the middle 2 games. The Fulham analysis is overwhelmingly everyone's favorite content thing that isn't the main match gameplay. So I know you guys love Fulham. Shout out to us, Rose. We're commentating. Shout out to our duo, or our other duo, Nerdy and Parker, for holding down the fort, because commentating 4 games in a row. I mean, we did 3 yesterday and we were dying. So I could not imagine doing 4. So shout out to them as well. Shout out all the refs for really making this possible as well. Really an underappreciated thing that we all need to give more love to. The refs that really make this happen take so much of a load off ourselves to have to worry about all the in-game stuff. They all do a phenomenal job. And shout out the artists. I'm not going to lie, I should really not be on this. I'm definitely on fraud watch. I've just done a lot of the creative direction. All the grunt work this season was really done by Budgie and Cressa. Just phenomenal stuff. I'm just kind of the guy in the background that's like, yep, that looks good. Thank you. Good job. That won't be the case going forward, because I won't be beating Minecraft 10,000 times forever. And shout out the video editors, really making this possible. Alt Wannabe, Beetle, Sonia, Biggest B, and Kira, with the tightest deadlines possible. I mean, we're sending them footage on like Thursday and they're getting it back to us. Sonia especially doing a last-minute edit for Mungie and Blazemind on the day that Feinberg and Loki couldn't play, within like 4 hours of playing. Just everyone putting in so much work behind the scenes to make this possible. It's just, you cannot even believe. And I know this season was not perfect, but we will always strive to do what we can to make it better going forward. I know I speak for everyone on the team when I say that we absolutely love this game. We love this community. We love you guys watching. I remember the days before ranked, and the fact that we're here is just absolutely mind-numbingly insane. I mean, Rose, anyone in particular here you want to shout out, talk about? I mean, this was your first season on the team. We were so happy to add you to the core of this, and we really hope that you had a phenomenal time commentating.
Yeah, I mean, I've just had the most incredible time, and I want to give a big shout out to obviously everyone watching. I think you know, it's really difficult coming in as a new commentator into something that's been, you know, established and in place for a really long time. And you know I am not Feinberg. I do not have his skills at the game, but I
Not
am.
yet.
You know, yeah, not yet. It's a work in progress, but I am. You know, I adore this game and this community, and I think what makes Minecraft speedrunning and ranked so special is the people within it, and everyone has just been so lovely and so kind and so welcoming. You know, I have the absolute biggest amount of love to all of my kind of like fellow people on the ranked team. I mean, yourself, Oliver, Nerdy, Parker, Fulham have all been so supportive and so patient with me, asking a million questions all the time, and taking that time to kind of welcome me in and make it feel so kind of so easy. I think just you put so much work in, all of you, and you make it so easy for the rest of us to enjoy. And I'm so excited for kind of where we're going with the next steps, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. And we've just had such an incredible playoffs, and it has been incredible to be part of.
Well, thank you so much. It's been incredible to have you. Reminder before everyone leaves, closes the tab, the Ludwig event, along with the feedback form. Go check out the Ludwig event, mcsr.ludwig.gg. Rose, I don't know if you saw the message that that Oliver sent from the Ludwig team. For if you mentioned the Ludwig event, apparently we have 1,000 RSVPs and 200 more people on a wait list. You guys are absolutely out of control. And we are so
amazing.
lucky to have a community like that. Like, I was like low-key trying not to tear up at the thought of that. It's just absolutely unbelievable. I'm checking the to-do list that Oliver gave here. I mean, of course, lastly, shout out to MCSR Ranked. This is only possible, quite frankly, because so many of you play the mod, support the mod. Everyone who has a diamond pickaxe, a stone pickaxe, an iron pickaxe. I don't even know how many pickaxes there are. Get a pickaxe if you can afford it. It helps the ranked team. It helps Oliver and Red Lime so much. We're so grateful for the community that we have. Follow Ranked, follow everything. Go to the Discord. Go to mcsrranked.com. Go to mcsrranked.com/Discord. Go to, like, I don't know what the Twitter account is, but it's probably mcsr_ranked, I think. Go check out everything you possibly can about Ranked. We are really passionate. We love being able to do this. And I'm not leaking anything, but the future is bright, and it's only going to get brighter. And I am so excited for all of you to see what very few of us know, and it's going to be beautiful. Appreciate all of you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making another season of playoffs unforgettable. And Rose, I mean, you got anything else? I mean, what a season. What a season.
Yeah, I mean, we've got more ranked coming very soon though, because next weekend is our LCQ double header. Yes, for the final spots for the Ludwig LAN. So, you know, we've got more Minecraft to see from our top players as they kind of fight for those last few spots. So obviously more information for that to follow very soon, but hopefully we'll be seeing everyone again very soon.
Absolutely. I have not heard a single word from Oliver in 5 minutes, which means I did not forget anything. Wait, you just said something. What did I forget? Oh, I didn't forget anything. Bang! We did a good job. Phenomenal stuff. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next week for the Ludwig LAN qualifiers. Don't go anywhere. There's going to be so many talented people probably playing in that. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know if these people would actually go, but I mean, think about the people from this playoffs. I mean, Silver, HDMI, NHB maybe. Like, there's just so many people. Like, I have no idea. It's crazy. Skycrab's probably going to play. Like, it's nuts. So you don't want to go anywhere. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be here next week, and we'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.